Oh my God.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as
Hello, Panjus and Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, more especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. I am Dr. Riel and Kunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on being purpose-driven. So in Toronto, we have Sarah Smith. And in Central Virginia, we have Chantel Latoya Williams. And once again, in Ontario, we have Rabia Piraka. So at this moment, I'm just going to let our speakers to introduce themselves. You can go ahead, Sarah. Unmute yourself. There you go.
There we go. Are we good now? Sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Smith. I'm the founder of Holy Light Intuitive Energetic Healing. I am a Reiki master, a divine channel. I channel a collective. They present themselves as Ezekiel, and it is through their wisdom and guidance that Holy Light has been brought back into the world for all of us. I am a mother of two amazing young men that are flourishing and doing so well.
Wow. What an honor to have you, Sarah. And really, I am looking forward to hear more of your message. And thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
You can go ahead, Chantel, and please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you again for this opportunity and for creating this space for us. I am Chantel Williams. I am the owner of Maxwell Creations LLC. I currently reside here in Central Virginia. I'm a wife, a mom, an entrepreneur, and a leader and participant of many organizations, duties, and tasks. Within our business, we are a graphic design business that's creating unique business models for those organizations, businesses, and entities. I'm also an Amazon best-selling author as well as an international best-selling author. And overall, I just enjoy training, pouring, sharing with others what has been given to me and all different things within business and all different entities and areas. So again, thank you.
Oh wow, Chantel, you wear many different hats. I'm like, is she gonna stop? She kept on going. I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
Wow, what an honor to have you. And really, I am looking forward to hear more of your message. Thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Yes. You can go ahead, Rabia, and please introduce yourself.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Great speakers before me. And thank you so much for the opportunity here. My name is Rabia Paracha. I'm a life and relationship coach. I have been empowering people to empower themselves for over a decade now. I help people find the life they love and the love of their lives by empowering them and by giving them the tools and skills that they need to actually live into their purpose and passions. And I am a mother of two amazing sons who are the the joy of my life as well. And they're all grown up, but I still consider them my babies. And that's a little about me. Thank you.
Oh wow, it looks like we're surrounded by a mother of boys in this club. I'm just kidding. Wow, what an honor to have you, Rabia. And really, I'm looking forward to hear more of your message. And I just love your title, the relationship coach, finding the other significant other, helping individuals to find their significant others. I'm looking forward to hear more of your message. And thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So, Sarah, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I can see your billboard coming down there in the busy highway in Ontario. What will your billboard say?
Oh, my billboard would have to say it starts with you.
Ooh, it starts with you.
It
Yes.
starts with you.
Wow, wow. And no one else will accept you. It starts with you and it will end with you. I love that.
That's right.
I really love that. Wow. How
Yes.
about you,
Yeah.
Chantel? Maybe your billboard is already down there in the busy highway in Virginia. What will it say?
Mine would say, let go, pivot, and prosper. Your purpose awaits.
Wow. Let go, pivot, and prosper. You're just a process away. Wow. I love that. I love that. It starts with you and then let go, pivot, and
Yes,
prosper. I just love it.
yes.
I love it. How about you, Rabia? What will your billboard say?
Just one billboard. Okay. It would say breathe.
Wow. Wow. Just breathe. Just breathe. Relax. Take your time and breathe. Mindfulness matters. Wow. I love it. So I believe my billboard will be the fourth billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say what? The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. And it's definitely coming. So from Calgary, we're flying to Ontario, where we have Sarah Smith. Sarah Smith is the founder of the Holy Light Intuitive Healing Modality, a divine channel channeling the collective, Ezekiel and Reiki master, intuitive healer, author, and speaker. In 2019, Sarah began to connect the collective Ezekiel. Through Ezekiel's wisdom and guidance, Holy Light and ancient energy healing modality is being brought back to modern day society. Holy Light intuitive energetic healing helps women and men heal deep-rooted wounds, traumas from their ancestors, past lives, and from this lifetime that is holding them back, allowing them the freedom to live their best life in alignment with their soul journey. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Sarah Smith.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today, I actually wanted to talk about Holy Light, exactly what it is and how it can help you step into alignment and start living your best life out of fear. Because fear is that one stinking emotion that holds us back from making changes. It holds us back from taking chances. And in this life, like we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to experience everything, right? And in order to have the full experience, we need to be able to step out of fear and take those chances. And, it doesn't always work out, but at least you could say you tried, because even if it doesn't work, it's still a point of growth. It's still a point of learning. You could say, okay, I did it this way and it didn't work. Now I can pivot and try again. But if we're stuck in fear, we are unable to take those chances to even begin to learn on how we can be successful. So Holy Light is an amazing and powerful healing modality that works in the quantum field using the universal energy to help clear out our past traumas, our past life traumas, and our ancestral traumas that are stored in our bodies. Because every time we have an experience, whether it's joy, sadness, whether it's extreme pain, we store it in our bodies. We don't actually release and let it go. We push it down, right? Because now here's an example of ancestral trauma. We're taught big girls don't cry or men don't show emotions. You shouldn't do that, right? So you just push it down because you got to move forward. You got to move on. You can't cry. You can't express yourself. So you push it down and you push it down. Well, eventually, as we keep pushing down these experiences, these traumas, these wounds, it begins to build up in our bodies. And it shows up as anxiety. It shows up as fear. It shows up as depression. It can show up as pain in our joints, in our bodies, because this energy has nowhere to go. So when we begin to really look at ourselves and look within and begin the process of healing, we release that energy and then we make room for fresh new experiences. We make room for joy. We make room to get excited to take chances. And what I really love about Holy Light is the fact that you can heal these wounds without having to relive the trauma. And that for me is a beautiful thing, because who wants to go through those experiences again? You already know what you went through. You already know how you felt in the moment. To have to bring those emotions up all over again, to go through it all over again, to let it go. I love Holy Light because you don't have to do that. It is a non-invasive, hands-on form of energy healing where you don't have to relive the experience. Another thing that I do like to talk about when it comes to healing and stepping into your power, stepping out of fear, is manifestations. Now, everybody is on this manifestation kick, right? You want to manifest your best life. You want that home. You want that job. You want that family life. Sorry, whatever it is that you want to bring in. And everybody tells you, any coach, any spiritualist out there will tell you, sit in the energy, see it, feel it, believe it. It's yours. And it's done. And that's amazing. And it does work. I'm not saying it does not work. It definitely does work. But here's the catch that they don't tell you. If we don't heal first, if we don't heal the wounds that tell us that we're not good enough, if we don't hear the wounds that gives us that voice in our head that says that you don't deserve this, then you're going to sit and you're going to do all that work to create and manifest the life that you want, the life that you desire. And you're going to see it, you're going to feel it, you're going to believe that it's yours, and then you're going to burn it, put it away, whatever it is that you're told to do. And then 5 minutes later, these little thoughts start creeping into your mind. I don't deserve this. Good things don't happen for me. Or it'll never happen, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll humor myself. We'll see. As soon as you do that, as soon as those thoughts creep in, all the work that you put into bringing those manifestations to life has just gone out the window, because the universe is hearing you. Your words, your thoughts are so powerful. So the universe is hearing you say, I don't want this. I don't deserve this. And the universe is looking back on you and saying, yes, yes, you're right. You're right. You don't want this. You don't deserve this. But when you begin to heal and you release the trauma, you release the fears, you release those wounds, and you start to build up your confidence and you start to see your worth and believe that you do deserve. You are just as deserving as everyone else. If Joe Black can manifest a mansion, so can you if that is what you desire. You just need to believe it. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know that you are just as deserving. So when you release the energy that is holding you back, and those thoughts no longer creep in, so you see it, you feel it, you believe it, and you put it away, burn it, whatever resonates with you, and then you go about your day, those thoughts don't come in. You're in alignment with what it is that you want to create, and that makes those manifestations accelerate and come in much faster. And that is the beautiful thing. And this is why my billboard would say it starts with you. Healing starts with you. Your journey starts with you. Nobody else can take that first step but you. You've got to be the one to say, I can do this. I can make changes. I want better. I want to do better for myself. I want to feel better for myself. And once you make that choice to want better, to want to feel better, to want to release, that is when everything starts to fall into place. And that's when opportunities start to show up. Opportunities for you to heal, opportunities for you to grow. And it just keeps manifesting, leading you back onto the path of least resistance. Before we come here, we all create a blueprint of everything we want to experience, the good, the bad, the ugly. And we have, we have the path of least resistance. I'm going to say this really, really fast. We have the path of least resistance, and then we have the little detours. When we are in alignment, we can continue on the path of least resistance and lead the best version of the life that we've come here to create. So when you begin with you and you begin to heal, you put yourself on that track to live your best life.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, Sarah, what a profound message. You've mentioned that you'll have to heal past wounds and old conditioning to step back into alignment, because healing, it brings your manifestations to life at an accelerated rate. So you'll have to heal from fears and those limiting beliefs in order for you to be able to step into your personal power. What a profound, much needed message, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your nuggets around being purpose-driven. And I believe that our audience, from your message, really have been inspired. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now from Ontario all the way to Central Virginia, where we have Chantel Latoya Williams. Chantel Latoya Williams, a native of the Eastern Shore of Virginia, is a dedicated servant of Christ, entrepreneur, author, and an influential figure currently residing in Central Virginia. Known as the graphics queen, she is the owner of Maxtel Creations, LLC, specializing in delivering innovative graphic solutions to clients, aiming to foster powerful connections and captivate audiences. Williams is also an Amazon bestselling author and an Amazon International bestselling author. She holds an array of professional achievements, certifications, and memberships, such as Forbes Black and the US Black Chambers. Chantel also received the 2024 President's Lifetime Achievement Award for her lifelong commitment to building a stronger nation through volunteer and community service. Beyond her entrepreneurial endeavors, she demonstrates unwavering devotion to her faith as a committed servant of Christ, alongside her steadfast dedication as a spouse and nurturing presence as a mother. Chantel holds a dual master's degrees to include an MBA in Information Systems Management from Strayer University. Her expertise and skills have positioned her as a respected leader, participating in various cohort programs and contributing to esteemed podcast shows and publications such as Voyage MIA, Shout Out Miami, Life in the Overflow, and Faith on Every Corner magazines. Chantel's commitment to continuous growth is evident through her participation in networking events, collaboration opportunities, and ongoing education in business development. Kings and queens, please join me and welcome Chantel Latoya Williams.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to talk about the powerful word, power pivot. And this word resonates with me so much. And I'm just going to share and express a little bit of why it's so meaningful to me today. So a pivot, let's start off. It's not just a response to a change. It's more of a decision to pursue a purpose. What is maybe connecting you to something is allowing you to be able to shift and feel comfortable with shifting. I'm a witness of this. I experienced it, an opportunity in which I had to pivot during the pandemic when I lost my 9-to-5. So yes, it was painful. Yes, it took place during the pandemic, but it really forced me to dive deep into what it was that I was actually called to do. Just to share a little bit, as you heard in the bio, there are many things that I take part in and that I am passionate about. And being able to maneuver and do all of those things while being an employee and business owner, ministry leader, etc., the burnout struggle was real. I mean, it was really, really challenging. And I felt that I was really maxing out every hour, every second, every minute of the day, and not really leaving room for personal family engagement. And as you know, as we are tasked with doing multiple duties and things, we could easily get ourselves burned out and not really notice it or feel it because we just have that go-getter mindset. So being able to shift and recognize that a shift is needed, a lot of times it's very necessary. In my case, it became very noticeable that things were really getting challenging and needed to be shifted because it was being present in my family, in my marriage, in my home, as I was trying to tackle and balance those personal events with extracurricular activities, etc. So a quick note, as you noticed, I did mention I was also an entrepreneur. So a little background about that. Back in 2016 was when I really, got serious with this thing. I got the business registered, got it organized, got it operational, tapped into many resources and tools that would help, build toolkits and build resources and things. So as I mentioned with the layoff that took place during the pandemic, here we are 4 years later, and the pandemic hits along with COVID and many other things. So I had to make a choice. It was either to let it break me or let it build me. And I chose to pivot. And I chose to pivot because I had to remember back 4 years ago, God was placing things in order for the business to be structured and be set up. Not know me. I didn't know that this would come in 4 years later, but because I had those things in place and set up, I was able to shift and was able to pivot to dive into what it was that I know that I have been graced to do. The layoff, it became a push for me because I was able to really step into my purpose and embrace entrepreneurship. A lot of the burnout came from those hours that I, may have been working and neglecting the business, neglecting family extracurricular activities and tasks. So now it's like I gained that time back and then some. A lot of times we know when we need to shift, but we decide to just stay because it's so comfortable. And what I thought was security apparently wasn't. So I always encourage people to tap into that inner creative skill, tap into those goals and objectives that you have set for yourself, because that's what's going to last. That's what's going to be long term. And when you're working and building on that, being able to shift and pivot, it should just be it will come natural. So as for myself, I was able to pour my creativity and skills into the business, build it as it should, tap into what was needed and what was necessary. As a result, I further tapped into and channeled my creativity by writing my first bestseller book, which was titled The Purposeful Pandemic Pivot, in which I talk about more details on how to pivot, how to prepare, how to get ready for that when it comes. And then that wasn't enough. I tapped in a little further and continued writing. I recently was a part of an anthology in which we titled Girl Let That Go. So again, we're talking about things we have to let go of and things that we have to release in order to tap into our next. All of it coming full circle on having to understand that there are going to be opportunities where you have to shift, pivot, and it's okay. To wrap it up a little bit, I discussed a lot of how faith, creativity, resilience is part of transforming your journey. Navigating the uncertainty, I had to navigate and I had to maneuver quickly. I came to work one day only to be called in the office of me being relieved of my duties. So there were no chance to prepare, no 2-week notice, none of that. So importance of being able to adapt and being able to pivot. I knew in my mind that there was more for me, and it was God's way of having me shift to tap into that. If not, I would continue to just be comfortable, getting myself burnt out, not having time and maxing out the 24 hours within a day. So also I was building that brand. So building your brand, and now I have a story to continue that I can continue to share. I can continue to encourage others to just stay ready so that you won't have to get ready. That's a little slogan I like to use. Had I not been getting ready in 2016 with the business operations, I would really have been in a more saddened place 4 years later when it was came about for me to have to pivot and shift. So overall, I just am grateful for the opportunity because it has now pushed me into my purpose, and I'm always willing to share, pour back, and give back, and let everyone know it when the pivot is real. But if you continue to focus on the vision, it's purposeful, and it will continue to grow you and allow you to embrace the transformations.
Wow. It's a mic drop moment, really, Chantel. Wow, what a message, the power of the pivot. You were not ready when they called you in that office that, you know what, your time is up, but you decided to pivot from that. You turned the challenges into opportunities. You've mentioned that letting go, releasing the fear, and embracing that freedom. And you know what, begin to write your own story, aligning with your purpose with action. The power of the pivot. Thank you so much, Chantel, for sharing such a profound, much needed message and just an inspiration about who you are, what you've been through, and where you are now. You've decided to create that brand that helped you to impact as many lives as much as you can. Thank you so much, Chantel, for being the change that we really want to see. Thank you. So from Virginia, we are excuse me, we are coming back to Ontario, where we have Rabia Pinacha. Rabia is a life and relationship coach with nearly 12 years of experience. She empowers individuals through a transformative mind power program, helping them to access their personal powers and cultivate an authentic identity. With her guidance, clients unlock their potential, foster genuine connections, and create lives that reflect their truest selves. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Rabia Pinacha.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I just want to give a shout out to both the speakers so far. They were so amazing and really resonated with everything that I do in my life as well. And so something that I want to talk about that's deeply important to me is emotional resilience. I think that it just ties into what everyone's been speaking about today. And one of the quotes by Rumi that really helped me along my journey was, "Do not be satisfied with the stories that come before you. Unfold your own myth." What I believe Rumi means by unfold your own myth is that the greatest purpose in life is to know ourselves deeply and to rise above all the stories that we tell to ourselves about who we are. Emotional resilience is something that begins with self-discovery and self-actualization. Resilience isn't just about enduring hard times or bouncing back. It's an 18-inch journey, and 14-inch in my case, because I'm shorter, from your head to your heart. This is where we learn to understand, accept, and become our fullest expression, fullest versions of ourselves. And through my journey, I've identified pretty much 4 areas that help us to unfold our emotional resilience. The first one is aligning to your authentic self. Second is the energy of intention. The third is building meaningful connections. And the fourth one is practical steps to tune up your mind. Resilience starts with investing in yourself, being present to who you are right now so you can move forward and towards where you want to be. But most importantly, about who you're being. So let's begin with the first stage. Aligning with your authentic self. Before you can build resilience, you've got to get honest and real and brutally honest. It's not just about who you think you are at your core, but it's about really recognizing how you're showing up. This includes all the shame, the guilt, the insecurities, the hurt that you've experienced, but are hiding and probably denying yourself of healing and feeling. Resilience begins when you stop resisting and when you embrace yourself fully. I call this audacious self-acceptance. For me, it was this bold act of accepting myself without judgment. This is really hard. One of the most difficult things for me to understand was that I'm human and I'm allowed to be imperfect. And during COVID, I developed this practice called the Zen for 10. And it's about devoting 10 minutes a day without distraction and without self-criticism and just being with yourself. And it's like a coffee date, but it's much cheaper because you don't have to buy yourself anything. So let's try it for a moment. I want all of you just to close your eyes for a second and get comfortable in your space. And I want you all to take a deep breath in and hold it for a moment and exhale. Notice how you're feeling without trying to make any changes. It's simply observing and accepting this moment as it is. This is where our mind powers begin and also our emotional resilience. Now, once you've done this, it's time to move to that second stage. And that's when you're clear about who you are in the energy of intention. You can focus your energy and let that guide you, with your authenticity. And intentions are not about creating plans for the future or what you want in the future. It's about starting with this present moment and releasing what no longer serves you. I call this release an emotional sauna. Like a sauna detoxifies the body, this practice clears the mind and your heart from that emotional baggage and the old stories. But the good part is there's no sweating involved like in the sauna. So it doesn't make you all that sticky in the moment. And a simple way to practice this release is to find a pausing moment. So just pause for a moment and ask yourself, randomly and unexpectedly during your day, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? And where in my body am I feeling this? This is a simple check-in, and it's like this mental spring cleaning. And when you take a moment to pause, breathe, and release, you create a space for your intentions. And you can be powerful in those intentions because now you're truly aligned. Now, after channeling this energy of intention, comes up the third stage, which is building meaningful connections. Resilience is not a solitary journey. It's strengthened through our relationships that we nurture. And I call this the spark factor. When we truly deeply connect with each other, people see, understand, and uplift us. And we create a network of support that fuels resilience. They say your vibe attracts your tribe. And unless your vibe is, I haven't showered in 3 days, then your tribe may be a little bit distant. But when you're honest and genuine and you show up with vulnerability, I've noticed for myself when I've been, broken and real with people, that's when they come to my support and we show up together and they help me build my resilience. And when we do this authentically and share our truth and struggles, we also give people the opportunity to do that for themselves. So it's kind of this reciprocal energy that creates that belonging and mutual support, and it strengthens not just myself or not just yourself, but everyone together. And finally, the fourth stage. It's the practical steps to tune up the mind. It's about building habits that keep us grounded and also resilient. And I call this think better, feel better. Practice is like mind power. It's like knowing that thoughts are real forces, that we have the law of attraction working for us, and there are multiple laws that are working for us simultaneously. And when we recognize and become an observer of ourselves, that we are not our thoughts, we can stay mentally and emotionally connected to ourselves. And it makes us agile meaning we're able to move through life rather than get stuck in it because we've got the tools such as, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling? And we're become more adaptable and remain true to ourselves because we know, we're aligned to who we are. For me, I find that, sometimes lying on the floor and just disconnecting from everything for 10 minutes and just relaxing is sometimes a place where I find my emotional resilience. And I'll just be a one more moment. Sometimes what we need to do is just create these small practices, intentional practices that help us face life's uncertainties with greater calm and focus. So I invite you all to be yourself, become yourself, and embrace this life journey of unfolding your own myth with a little humor because you're worth it.
Wow. Yes, you are worth it. What a profound message, Rabia. You've mentioned that being emotional resilience begin when you stop resisting. I love that. In order for you to be emotional resilient, you have to align yourself. You have to align with your authentic self. And then you have to be intentional about whatsoever you are doing. Just be intentional. And then you've also shared all the steps that we really need in order for us to tune up our minds. Wow, what a profound, much needed message. And it's really life-changing. I believe that our audience really, they are going to be ready to be as resilient as they can be, because we need to be emotional, resilient in everything that we do. Thank you so much, Rabia, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. So to our viewers online, if you happen to have any questions for Sarah, if you happen to have any questions for Chantel, for Rabia, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. And you know what? We're going to be able to attend to your questions at the end of the podcast. So it's not going to be a show without me, showing up and showing off. So I'm going to be the next and final speaker. But before I speak, I'm going to share my bio with you. And then I will come back and speak. Please do enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainable. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective and inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene.
Oh wow, wow. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. What an honor to follow after you've dropped all the nuggets really on how one can become a purpose-driven individual, because I believe that we're all here to serve our purpose. So our purpose, it must always fulfill the needs of others. So if we're doing that, really, we'll be aligned with our purpose. Like Sarah mentioned, that you'll have to heal your past wounds and all conditionings to step back into alignment, because healing can bring your manifestations to life at an accelerated rate. So we'll have to be aligned with our destinies. And Chantel on the other side, she shared on everything on the power of the pivot, where you can actually turn challenges into opportunities. And she also encourages us to start writing our own stories by aligning our purpose with action. And Rabia on the other side, oh my goodness, she shared everything on emotional resilience. She encouraged us to align with our authentic self, and we'll have to be intentional about everything that we're doing. And lastly, she shared all the practical steps that can help us to tune up our mind in order for us to be as resilient as we can be. So if you can please write this down, kings and queens. Follow your passion. Just ask yourself, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from actually taking baby steps in the right direction? Is it fear? Is it procrastination? Is it distraction? Or is it mediocrity? What's holding you back? Because you know what? There are many reasons why people don't reach their dreams, but you'll have to understand the issues that keep you away from actually achieving your potential success. It's always good to know what is keeping you away from your dreams, as you can then try to change the way you approach them. What's holding you back from actually going confident in the direction of your dreams? Kings and queens, it's so essential to assess your goals' progress. Once you identify the reasons why you are being held back from reaching your goals, then you can try and work on it and improve. But the good thing is that you can always conquer the motives if you recognize them. So being here, it shows that you are not willing to settle for that mediocre life. So don't let others stand in the way of your dreams. You really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. So as my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today and try to find what's holding you back from going confident in the direction of your dreams. So if you're that entrepreneur, maybe who dream of reshaping the world through your business and envision several extra commas in your bank account, yet you find yourself blocked on your journey to your success, trust me, I am the answer. Oh, hi, by the way, I'm Dr. Rial N. Kunene. I'm not for the timid, but I am the rocket fuel that your business needs to blast past barriers and rise to greater heights. So as your business strategist and optimizer, what I do, I empower motivated professionals to discover their full potential and shift them into growth overdrive, because I believe that the sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So from owning two diverse companies to having experience as a CEO CEO and guiding Fortune 500 companies to helping multi-million-dollar enterprises. Really, I believe that I have a distinctive talent for empowering high-achieving coaches, elite startups, and business leaders to become dominant forces in their industries, because I believe that the sky is no longer the limit. But now the sky is our point of view. So we're all called to rise to greater heights. You should be the one in charge of your own driver's seat, because you are the only driver here. Because I know that many people, they know what their passion is, but they're kind of frustrated by the process of trying to turn their passion into profit. Whether you're running your own company, perhaps you're starting that new business, or maybe you're seeking that next promotion, or maybe that next job offer, you'll have to ask yourself this question in order for it to help you increase the financial rewards of doing what you truly love and making a real impact out there. Just ask yourself this question: what difference am I passionate about in making in others' lives? What difference am I passionate about in others? What difference am I passionate about making in others' lives? Notice I didn't ask you, what are you passionate about? But I want you to determine the purpose of your passion, which is using it to positively impact the world. The type of drive it attracts, like opportunities that often lead to raises, job offers, and new businesses. In order for you to turn your passion into profit, you must fulfill the purpose that others need or want. When you focus on your passion, then try to find a way to allow your passion to impact others. In that way, trust me, you have a winning formula over there. So it's a wake-up call, kings and queens. It's a wake-up call to become purpose-driven individual. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you just wake up, get going, and turn that passion into profit? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide you with the 8 secrets that I've actually used to turn my passion into profit. So it's not going to be a secret anymore by the end of this. So if you follow the same system that I've actually used to build an income generating business, just doing what I truly love, what I'm passionate about, trust me, you will be on your way to success. But one thing you'll have to understand is that you can't give from an empty cup. You can never, ever give from an empty cup, but you need to fill up your cup first. And then from the overflow, you're going to be able to impact others. From the overflow, you're going to be able to share with the world. Fill up your cup first today by all these inspirational messages from all these amazing speakers. Fuel yourself, and then from the overflow, you're going to be able to share with the world. So if you can please write the 8 ways to go from passion to profit in no time that I've actually used. Point number 1, in the interest of time, you'll have to dream big but start small. If you can write it down, dream big but start small, because in the early days of launching your business, for example, you're still in the learning stages. So you need to kind of test the waters first. If whatsoever you're going to be doing is going to be scalable, yes, you are allowed to dream big, but start small. And then point number 2, you'll have to write about your interests. Write about your interest. One of the simplest way to go from just doing something that you love to profiting from it is to write about it. So go out there and write a book if you can. Today, I am an award-winning author. More than 10 times, I lost the count when I got to 10. 10 times #1 Amazon best-selling and international best-selling author, because I decided to write about my interest. So go out there and write about your interest. And then point number 3, you'll have to become an expert speaker. Yes, become an expert speaker. This is another way of turning passion into profit, by becoming a public speaker. And yes, most of what I'm going to be sharing about here today on how you can actually turn your passion into profit, it requires some training. So invest in those training and then become a public speaker. And then point number 4, you'll have to create something. Trust me, you can create a product, you can create a community, or you can create a course. Create something. So to turn your passion into profit, you could also create a product. And also community building is another excellent way to profit from your passion. So it's easier now than it was ever before, because now we have social media. We can just create a group in there. individuals who's going to hold you accountable for your own actions, your accountability partners. Create that group so that you can go there and share your wisdom, so and also learn from your group. So create a community by so doing. And it's easier now than ever to create a course. So go out there online, create that course, create that product, create that community, but create something. And then point number 5, you can become a coach or a consultant. Yes, it's possible. If you're wondering how to monetize your passion and love being a leader and helping others, just consider becoming a coach or a consultant on the subject that you're passionate about. So as a coach or a consultant myself, I empower entrepreneurs to shatter the glass ceilings of self-doubt and limitation, propelling them into the realm of unstoppable success. So it's possible that you can become a coach or a consultant. And then point number 6, in the interest of time, you can start making YouTube videos. You can start going live, Instagram live, Facebook live, and thanks to the internet, because turning passion into profit is a lot easier now than it was like 30 years ago. If you can, just go out there, go on YouTube today and create that YouTube channel and start going live and share your wisdom, share your nuggets with the world. You may never know who's going to come across your video and be really transformed, be impacted by your message. So go out there. If you can, go on Facebook, do that live video on YouTube, create that YouTube channel. And then point number 7, which is my all-time favorite, you'll have to network, and network. Believe it or not, but networking, it can be a great way to profit from your interest. Go out there and check what's happening around your community and attend those networking events. You may never know someone that you're going to meet in that event might be your next client, or maybe that person can refer you to another business. So go out there and start networking. And then the last point, oh my goodness, you'll have to host an event, host a virtual event, host an in-person event. You could also consider hosting an event around whichever topic that you are really interested in. So go out there and host an event. It's easier now. I believe everyone post-pandemic, we gained the pandemic skills. Like you can do anything virtually. So go out there and start hosting that event. So if you want to learn more about what I do or how to get started as a speaker, an author, coach, or a consultant, or maybe that podcast host, you can just visit my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com and book that free consultation call with me. Because as flight attendants always say that you'll have to put on the oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you. Because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down. So it's high time you put on that oxygen mask first to yourself so that you're going to be able to assist your neighbor, your children, because without that oxygen mask, you will definitely go down and the flight goes down. Because the reality is your journey to become a better person, it doesn't start with your children. It doesn't start with your neighbor. It doesn't start with your clients, with your spouse, but your journey to become a better person, it starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So don't ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. Just recall this, just in case you can't find your way, that you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You know, I am a firm believer of affirmations. So we're going to affirm this together. We're going to affirm this together as if we're taking an oath. We're going to affirm this together by placing our left hand on our chest, and then we're going to raise our right hand. Let's affirm this together, that I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, you can have, just give yourself a round of applause. Yes, you can have that drive within you to become what you really want in life. You can have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months. The drive is just inside of you. It's not from the outside of you. So go out there and be the change and make a difference. And empower yourself. You know, it's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name, but Nompumelelo, Nompumelelo, really in my own language, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify your limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, I've had enough. All these amazing speakers have shared more nuggets on how I can actually become that purpose-driven individual, on how I can stay aligned with my goals. But in order for you to go out there and be the change and make a difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. Yes, it's lunch. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what? I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be able to be to become purpose-driven individuals, because I believe that we all rise together, and we rise by lifting each other up. We don't rise by tearing anyone down or maybe stepping over another person, but we rise by lifting each other up. All these amazing speakers are here to share some nuggets so that you become that individual who is purpose-driven. You know, it's so funny. When I was in the eighth grade, I'm going to cut the story short here. When I was in the eighth grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice today, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, because the phoenix bird has to die, burn, and experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. If you can please write this down in conclusion: resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that with God, God has a better plan for every one of us. Your objective is what you are designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when growth commences, because discovering your gifts and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you. And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, it stirred something within me. And that was when I told myself that, you know what? I'm following my dreams, which gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything I need to reach to my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with as many motivated individuals who are maybe ready to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Yes, it's possible that you can start and grow that business. Perhaps you're that individual who maybe started writing your book and then you were like, you know what? I'll finish tomorrow. And that tomorrow never came. That time never came. Yes, it's possible that you can still write and publish that #1 bestseller book. And that book, it has to be selling. It shouldn't be kept like on the Amazon shelves for the sake of I am an author or I am a published author. So it's possible that you can still write a book and continue selling that book. So if you're that individual, I offer a free, no obligation 30-minute friends Zoom consultation call, which will allow me to kind of find out more about the issues that you're experiencing, and also to see if you're a perfect fit for any of my programs, because really I believe that we are all not working with everyone, but we have specific individuals who's gonna benefit something from what we are really doing. So I'm also doing the same thing. So if you're interested in becoming that public speaker once again, or maybe that entrepreneur who just wanna multiply your income by doing what you truly love and making a real impact out there, I just want to empower you to become a highly effective and an inspiring leader with a personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go out there on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com and book that call with me. And yes, everything I do in business, it comes with a guarantee. If whatsoever reason you sign up for my program and it doesn't work for you, 100% money back guaranteed. So because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. We'll take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me your why, I will show you the how. How cool is that? So my consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. So go out there and book that free consultation with a call with me, because you know what? Growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God that I missed that flight, because I'm still here, still sharing my message, still impacting as many lives as much as I can, because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you, love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share with our audience how they can